Hold on one second.
Peace and absentee parentism. I said peace and absentee parentism. It's your big brother, Ikar Tunde, Tariq Ogunde, the prince of absentee parentism. Oh, yes, and I'm here today to address the rumors. Brothers and sisters, I said, oh, yes, I am here today to address the rumors. Somebody has been struggle streaming, brothers and sisters. Let me say it again. Somebody has been struggle streaming. Oh, yes. But without any further ado, you are now tuned into the sickest, the baddest, the best Black Power Radio program you ever gonna hear in your life. Good morning from Africa Town, Los Angeles. DJ! Drop that music.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Warning, the following program contains strong Black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All, you are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africa Town, Los Angeles.
Oh, yes. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. You already know what it is. Come on in, pull up your chair, and you already know. If you're sensitive, babies, you might not want to hear this today. If you're a Dr. Umar fan, you might get in your he motions and your she motions, but you already know what it is. We got to go there. And of course, Black Lives Matter, the fall. We're about to get into it all. What y'all got for me today?
I'm a descendant of Frederick Douglass.
You can't help
Did
yourself.
you hear what he
God
said?
damn it. I'm a descendant of Marcus Garvey.
E cartoon day. Oh, Tariq Ogunde.
I like that intro. That was dope.
Look, so
It's going to get into the doctor, man. I don't know.
yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna play some clips because you know Dr. Umar out here talking about he's standing for the Black community, but his daughter saying he a deadbeat, but he's saying he paid child support. So now the question is, just because you pay child support, does that make you a deadbeat? Because Umar, you're teaching us, but you're not in there with your daughter. So I'm gonna kind of play this clip first and go from there. Now, you've seen the first clip. I'm pretty sure everybody saw the first clip. And shout out to the chat.
And do the
But I'm
fair
going to play
act.
this first.
Do the fair act.
To me. Good evening, Princess. Although I am very disappointed in your online behavior, I want to have lunch with you and your mother next Thursday or Friday. Please have her text me the day, time, and location for our meeting. You deserve to hear all of the truth from us together. We have much to discuss. I look forward to building the relationship with you that she never allowed us to have. With love, your father. So you decide to reach out to me because I outed you. You had all this time, you had all these chances to reach out to your daughter, but because I outed you on social media, now you want to sit down for lunch? You're a fraud. You're a hypocrite. You are everything that you say that you aren't. And you got on live responding to me, talking about some struggle stream, talking about some, oh, I'm known in North Philly. If y'all needed to find me, y'all could have found me. Why the what do I have to find you for, sir? When you're my dad. Right? Like, now you want to have a talk because I outed you. Hold Black men accountable. Hold them.
Somehow
Wow.
I just don't get the
Wow.
I
Wow.
don't
Well,
get the
that's his daughter, most definitely. God
somehow I
damn.
don't think Marcus Mosiah Garvey and Frederick Douglass would be thrilled with this. Just be me.
Say it again. You know you got to repeat that.
Somehow I don't think Marcus Mosiah Garvey and Frederick Douglass, brothers and sisters. Oh yes, I
I
don't think
don't
they would
think
be
they
pleased.
hear you. Repeat it.
Somehow Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the most honorable, and Frederick Douglass would not be pleased with our brother Umar. Oh yes.
Facts.
Ooh, it's not looking
And she
good
looked
for
just like him too, and she act like him. She got her daddy ego. Yeah. Then she got another
exactly.
video. She got another video talking about, oh Lord, this chick talking about some. Do I have we call that camel toes? She got on these spandex, pulling them up. Talking about,
Who?
do
The
I got camel
daughter?
toe? Yeah, the one you
Yes.
just showed. Yeah.
And she's also out there advertising that if anybody wants her on the show, that she's charging just like we pay her daddy. She's charging between a couple of the $3,000 to $10,000 to get her to speak. And she said that she's been out here. She's a comedian. She been had a channel. I couldn't find it. I guess she's not in the algorithm that good, but she's out there and she's not playing. And Omar first said what she was referring to was Umar was saying that he's popular. If they wanted to talk to him, he's known, like she said, and nobody came up to him. And then he said he has a stack of papers yay thick of trying to get visitation. So
Okay.
Y'all what you gotta say?
Okay. Y'all gonna be mad at me on the panel or in the chat.
He's always
You
the
can
one.
feel how you want to feel. I am. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. And I'm not an Umar fan. Like at the beginning, I'm sure we was all rocking with Umar because the whole school thing sounded outstanding. Like who wouldn't rock with that? But here we are now. Okay, that's fair. But I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say this based off of what was just said. Okay, this young lady is 20-some years old. Umar has been running around for over a decade now with his foolishness. Okay, so she's 22. For over a decade, his foolishness. Okay, so I want to know what's happened between then and now to where she feels like that. What does the mother have to say? What's going on with the mother? I want y'all to hear me. There is no excuse for a parent not parenting.
She said that she's been trying to reach out to him. She said that she's been trying to reach out to him. She said that she has a sister. She had text messages. Now that's another thing. She now when she first came out, she said she had text messages and that he never responded until she ousted him. So
okay,
maybe
his
I'm
stack of papers. Look, y'all. Maybe his stack of papers are next to the receipts for the school. Maybe they in the same stack. Maybe they got lost.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Now I want to talk. I need to talk to the daughter. Now, come on, babies. Now, $3,000, babies. Come on now. Now, if you go ahead and put on that pea beanie and have your cell phone ringing while you're going off, then we might have a little bit of entertainment here. But come on now. Now, if I were her manager, I would have had her put on that pea hat. We all remember that infamous Umar video where he was going in on, I forgot who it was, but then the phone rings while he's doing it. Now, if she would have came.
Peace to the chat. Peace to the chat.
Grand Rising, yeah.
I'm trying to find it. I can't pull it up when she was out there. She said her piece. She said a lot. She said a lot. And yeah, Grand Rising chat.
Umar has kind of put himself. Like Umar has kind of put the nails in his own hand and carved his own cross here because you can't get around. You can't get around the thing. Here's the thing here. The thing about the school ticket.
Oh no, Pablo, where you go?
Uh-oh. I don't know what happened.
Hang on, y'all.
That's not peace and
Y'all make sure y'all
Pan-Africanism.
like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.
Maybe when I changed the screen, it might have kicked you out. I'm sorry. You there, Pablo?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yep.
you.
Now, this definitely ain't no peace and Pan-Africanism, brothers and sisters. Come on. Now, but what I was saying is, I think Umar kind of put the nails in his own hand and carved out his own cross and sprung himself up. And I think his daughter just helped him get up there, because we now have adults who were around when he first started the school thing and all the millions that he's taken in for the school. And I say that to say, we were one of the very few people to press him about, where is the business plan at? Before we give you money, can you show us the business plan? How do you plan for this thing to work? Where are you going to get the teachers from? What accreditation do you have to do this and whatnot? And he wouldn't show the business plan. His devout followers, they would go off on you online. What you need a business plan? It's because it's a black man. You don't ask the white man that. No, yes, I do. So where the business plan at? And so the fact that he failed to do that kind of showed something in his character then, because it's like, if you up front and you're doing all this, and and I ain't knocking him. I mean, I wouldn't go tell the whole business plan, but I would at least give you something to be confident and investing in what I'm doing when you know there's so many scams going on. So it's not a shock, based off what I've seen with him, that he would do something like this. But then again, there's always two sides to the story, because we do have the black academic of where the mother literally will keep the child from the father. So we don't know if
I
that
was
might be
gonna
the
say.
situation. Yeah, so we don't know if that might be the situation to and I ain't defending him either way if you did it, but that might very likely be the case.
He went to Africa many a times, like his daughter said. You went everywhere. You're opening a school to bring in other people's children, and you mean to tell me you couldn't when my dad and mom went through little things at one point, I would come from school and my dad would be standing outside the school and walk me to where as far as he could and still showed up. There is no excuse.
No, like you said, you know what though? If he said he paid, again, no, it's I can't get in nobody's business. But if he
did
says
say
that he
she
was
never
paying
said
child
he
support,
didn't pay child support. But
okay, so maybe that mom is crazy. Yo,
What's up, brother?
I'm not justifying.
No,
I'm not
because it's
justifying
up to
Umar.
him.
I'm not justifying him. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure some of us, many of us, know some of these crazy women. I'm gonna talk to the women for just a second. And this is outside of Umar, okay? Let's talk to the women for just a second. When we have these situations where you deal with men that are inadequate to what you need, want, or desire, and then you wind up having children with them, and then you play these goofy games, where you can't see the child, but
I forgot to say this. She also allegedly said that he's not who he said he was. Now, the daughter never said that the mom kept him from it. From what the daughter said, and I'm looking for the video, I forgot about that he jumped on the mom, and that's why the mom stayed away from him.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
Now, allegedly, he was violent. Allegedly, I think he hit her too. I'm not sure what her story was, because I'm looking for the video, and the mom stayed away because ain't no way you this popular. And most of the time when you done messed up and you trying to start your life over, you think that you can erase your past, because the girl she said as many a times she wanted to know her sister. So if you're this is why I say, as a black leader and black people, you got to fix home first before you get out here preaching to anybody else. They go to preachers and everything. That's why the church looked like a hypocrite. The church and a lot of black leaders are always telling us what to do, but their home is in shambles. And that's what she was saying. Because
I think that, like, not letting him off the hook, because I think we do have we have this complex to where I don't think anybody, fan wise or follower wise, necessarily even cared about Umar's past or whatever. It's like the second he became a public figure and became popular, we throw accountability out the window, because we do it all the time.
All the time. This is why we can't get nowhere with the Democrats. And I'm gonna play.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a complex that we have, and it's like this situation here is okay. Umar might be bad, but what are we going to do to change ourselves when the next Umar shows up?
Exactly.
Well, can I say before you play that, Queen? Can I say
Brother
this?
Polite was the
Like when
first.
it comes to this is the thing
Yeah,
though. When we
look
use
at
that
Brother
term,
Polite. Look at
but
all
that's the
these
thing though,
black
you all.
leaders.
When we use that term black
Hey, pull up
leader,
that
they're
chat
only
somebody just put.
leaders because they are in the forefront. They're really just authoritative figures that we've placed there. There's no leadership in a lot of these individuals. Can we agree with that? So you're not leaders. You're in a position, but you're not in
They're
a
not
leadership
leaders,
role.
they're popular. A lot of them are not leaders,
Yeah.
they're just popular, and they
Yeah.
made it to the stage before the real leaders came.
Yeah, so I don't expect nobody to do nothing that looks black because you in that position. You're not a leader.
Exactly.
You're a prop.
Hey, Reed was up in the chat.
In the chat, she said, so he's supposed to be an alpha male, and that's what I'm saying, but is unable to make sure he's involved in his child with his child. The white man got him so shook. Like, exactly, because he's saying court papers, but what is the court papers? Because you said you got this, and he really ain't got nothing to say. And then when he made the thing, when he made the video, which made him look bad, that's how I seen it. Then she came back and then he texted her, and then he said everybody knows him, she should have his number. She also said something about she had to get his telephone number. So I don't care what it is or what's going on. If you're a parent, can't nobody keep you from your child if you're not doing nothing wrong.
I agree with you.
Especially
I
for
agree
a father.
Well,
like,
maybe she fell in love with a white man. I mean, maybe that's what it was.
Oh man, god damn it.
I'm sorry.
Maybe no, I'm just trying to say this, or maybe she looked kind of white herself because and I'm not knocking, but you know, she's kind of light skinned, so you know what I'm saying. Like Umar, what do your baby mama look like, and where's the other child's? And you know, because they say he has a couple of children.
If Umar got a white girlfriend somewhere, if Umar got a white baby mama, I'm done.
Y'all seen him popping up with the snow bunnies,
let's
like
be
he
honest.
be saying.
And if
Pablo.
he did used to have snow bunnies, we could understand. It could be like, if you did wrong in your past, you should fix it. And because we've all done wrong, and this is why we're here today, because we all have been led wrong. And it's okay if you did wrong, but when you've been sitting up here telling us, and you've been traveling to Africa to go help other children that you have never even slept in the same neighborhood with, that's the problem with black people. We'll go overseas, we'll send our money everywhere, but help our own. And this is your blood.
It's crazy.
No,
that's crazy.
Umar said we all Africans, so that's, you ain't gonna win that debate.
Well,
check this out. He saw him now he's doing these reality shows with the snow, like so you saw a reality show he was on recently. So it was the blonde head chubby
Dang
dude.
it, I had it
with the YT chick and the other girls and stuff. Girls got these BBLs and stuff. Yeah, Umar can sit all he want. That girl got in his face with that ass. He know damn well he was looking and trying to,
he didn't,
I don't believe
look
it,
though.
man.
He said no. He said snow bunnies never, and she called him a igger at the end.
Yeah.
You know, he was chanting to himself. Snow queens never, black queens forever. Snow queens. You know he was saying.
See, Umar. I know somebody who went to Africa with him years ago. One of my homeboys, he passed away with his girlfriend. Went when he was in Ghana years ago. This was years ago, and she said, yeah, he like them thick. And see, when a guy like a chick, he want a sister, but he can find him a snow bunny thick or any other chick, exotic looking chick. I don't care, man. I think he'll break. I know too many guys.
He look like he like a lot lizard.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like
he like he's some kind of sex symbol.
Like
so it's like, come on, bro.
And I mean, I think people are just gonna be attracted to people because we don't want to seem like the people that are anti any race. We just don't like racist people to do us wrong. And that's the problem and stuff. And I understand, Umar, he makes a big thing, but you cannot make it look like black men are the best when you have represented what a lot of black women are saying. There's a lot of black men who pay child support, but they're not raising their child and they're not in their child life. And then for you to be an alpha male like Miss like the T Cope 67 said, we want alpha males in our life for protection. So where were you at to protect your daughter from a lot of things? Just like y'all said, she's out there showing her camel toe and all that stuff. What would she be today had he been in her life preaching to her the way he preaches to us?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And
Look, I
black
pay
men
child
are the
support.
greatest,
Check
just
this
not
out. I
those
pay
I'm
child
plans,
gonna play
support.
this.
just not him.
Give me one
I pay
second. I'm gonna play this.
before you play it. Look, I pay child support, and my youngest daughter here now. She be here 3 days out of the week. Most people like, why the hell you paying child support? You get your daughter. Have it doesn't matter because you. My thing is, it is what it is. I've been doing it for a while, so I'm like, that's my daughter. She's over here. So what? I mean, I spend more money out anyway than the child support. So
But at
yeah,
least you do it.
exactly.
But I'm getting ready to play this. Hold on, and we're gonna pick that back up. See if y'all can see that.
Milk. Yeah, no, he's a bunny hopper. I can't indulge. I would never co-sign a black man being with anything other than a black woman. Why would you be interested in dating a black man? That's kind of racist. Maybe to you. What do you think you bring to the table? I am the table. There ain't nothing more to talk about right now. Sure, you can stand up and show him about table. She mean it. Okay. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. You see, that's racist. You're racist. I don't care to even talk to you no more. He said black queens over snow bunnies. Bitch, I'm not a snow bunny, and even if I was, why is you saying that? His first question to me was racist as fuck. His last conversation was racist as like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Oh hell no. Yeah.
And this is why we be talking about, and this is why I say I understand what Umar is saying about interracial dating, because I don't care if black people are ignorant to call each other these names. You should know history and how that affects, but they think that they get with a black man. And I said this in other shows, just because you got black dick in you don't make you black.
Facts, triple.
Right. Right. 100. And how was that racist though? What because his preference is black, how is that racist?
And that's what I want to go to next about the racism that they're yelling. And I was going to say Jasmine Crockett, but when we get there, I want to show this is a prime example of why black people cannot be racist, because we run around with this topic of everybody can be racist, black people can be racist, and you hear this white woman who's privileged and who thinks that any black man she walks by should look at her, and if you don't look like that, then you want the BBL so you can look black, and you think that okay, if you got a big butt, then a black man should also drop down to the ground at you. But yet they say black people, and she's yelling racism because he's saying he only want his people with black on you. He want black people with black people, black men with black women. And that's we yell racism. It's all over Facebook. Every time you turn around, oh, that's racist, that's racist. And remember, I told you a long time ago, what I've said it many times, if black people could be racist, then what is it that white people did to us if it's not racism? Because we got to give what we went through with white people another name if black people could be racist. Yeah.
Facts.
People and that leads me to the thing with the Trump administration. I'm not going to say Trump, but Trump ain't stopping it. And it leads to where Black Lives Matter symbol being removed. Why is it being removed and black people only crying and yelling? Because racism is power. Racism is the power to push your race above others, and you have the power to do it. And that's why black people cannot be racist, because if black people could be racist, tell me the group of power that's going to stop you from digging up the Black Lives Matter signs that's been putting down. Tell me if black people, we yelled about DEI. So tell me about black people who can stop DEI from affecting us, you know? But if y'all want to finish up with Dr. Umar, I'm gonna go over to Black Lives Matter information.
Okay. Yeah,
we done with the doc.
To end Doctor anyway. I guess we're gonna kind of get off him a little bit, but yeah, he need to get that straight with his daughter. Yeah, I don't know, and his other daughter, because if I know a lot of people, I know a lot of guys do that. They have kids, but their siblings don't know each other, and he talk all this pro-black stuff and loving the black woman and the black family and all this. Then he's got the audacity to be talking about he want to be married to 2 women. Dude, you didn't even take care of your daughters. I hope you didn't think about spreading your seeds no more, because because he about my age. I doubt he trying to do that. But my thing is, you can't say certain things because that make you a hypocrite, dude. Like you gotta be careful what you be saying, because but he's like y'all said earlier before we started, he gonna have some followers still. People still gonna, just like they did Brother Polite. Even that sick shit he did, he still had followers up to the end. Nobody don't talk about him no more. I let my plane.
Yeah,
I think he should still have his followers. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Queen.
They gonna no. Go ahead, Queen. I was gonna say, is it better to be a liar or a hypocrite? Is it better to be a hypocrite or a con? He's the con. It's all the same. But if you say it in a different way, you see what I'm saying? If you a con, you're gonna keep conning.
So you be a politician then.
I don't even think he's a con. I don't think he's a con. I don't think he's a hypocrite. I think he's a human being who changes and evolves in life and know he's right of everything he does. He's a psychiatrist for children. Now that kind of makes him a hypocrite because you're a psychiatrist for children and you didn't even help your own child. So it makes you have flaws. And the thing about it is we're always looking for leaders without flaws. And the thing that every leader has showed us is that as long as you're human, you're going to have flaws. So you have to do what we do, how we eat watermelons. Our leaders are like watermelons. You eat the good and you spit the seeds out and don't think that they're better than you. But you have to always evolve. And stop looking for one person to fix everything. That's why it takes a village. Dr. Umar had his flaws, but he still has his goodness that comes with it. We got
Queen.
Brother Polite. He had big flaws. Don't nobody want him around, but he had the good that come with it. Let's talk about Dr. Watkins. I always say Dr. Watkins, he had his major flaws, but with the good that he pulled with it, if he would have did something about it, Fly Nubian Queen wouldn't be destroyed. So we all have our flaws, but long as when we decide that we're going to realize that, hey, we all got flaws, but let us be able to talk with each other and correct them flaws among each other, then we will see that it's not one leader, but it's a village that is going to take us forward in the future as a Black community. And I land my plane.
I love it. You're right. And I backtrack with that when I said con, not like he's trying to scam, but just being cunning, just knowing how to just move around, not notice
hiding his flaws.
Yeah, I think he means well. I think with the school he meant well, but really if all of us think about that, even with the UEOA, like, we start something and we are pressing through with the UEOA, but like when you start something, you don't realize what it requires to do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So with that school, I think he meant well. And that shit, it was just a lot, but after a while, then that money kind of went, I don't know. I guess you should use the words carefully, donation. You should say donation instead of, supporting the school, donation, it can go in. I don't know. So I don't know. But, yeah, I think he meant well at first. And I guess at this point, we've been giving money. People still give money, kind of like the church. You got the little building fund thing, and that line never moves, but you keep paying your tithes and offering, and that line never moves. You never see the new building. That's what happened. The intentions were good, but nobody's going to say nothing. You're just going to keep.
He was going to Africa. He was taking care of himself. He make a career out of it. So his salary got to come from somewhere. If you got each year and then you living like you making $100-some thousand a year, we see where the money went. It's just that, like I said, we all got to be honest about reality and stop trying to hide flaws, because when you hide your flaws, you seem like a hypocrite or you seem like a scammer, because a scammer know intentionally they're not going to do anything.
Hey, what's it? T7 the one she said about Tariq. She said, "Food still out here following Tariq Nasheed."
But like Tariq Nasheed, Tariq Nasheed has his flaws, but Tariq Nasheed has done some great things. Can't nobody say he ain't paid his people. Yeah. He made his documentaries. He does his stuff. He put a name, a lineage out there, whether people like what he say behind it. But the lineage itself, when Tyreek is gone, it still built the foundation for us, which is the foundational Black Americans. And that's what we want, because when we yell that we want reparations, we do have to separate ourselves from other Black people. So,
hey, we're going to have to check your hairline. We're gonna have to check your hairline.
Exactly.
And all those insults is not needed. Like I said, there's flaws, but if we really embrace the flaws in each other and know what you're gonna get, then you could be like a watermelon. Always eat the good and spit the seeds out.
I would say before we go to Black Lives Matter, I know we got to be on the time frame. But I will say this real quick, since we mentioned Tariq. The problem with him I have, and it's just him and the other new Black media. I love them brothers' information. They get good information out. And they have changed the landscape of, Black media, but we got to be more serious. They're too comical. I don't like that. Even Jason Black and them be trying to, change their voices and just be yourself, because every time you see black people, there's always some kind of comedy and something. I don't like that.
That's not gonna
Respect by the
never
nation.
go away because
That's why I
But you
respect
know
by the
what?
Nation of
Well,
Islam.
that's who they are, though. That's what they did
But I
for.
respect by the Nation of Islam, though.
That's-
That's one thing I say about them. Them jokers serious.
But
when
they
it's time
ain't
to be
did
serious.
nothing for black people but be the Nation of Islam. Ain't nothing
Well, that
changed
too.
unless you join their religion and you put on your suit and your tie and then you get with them and ignore the rest of the world and talk about what's going on, which would be next Jasmine Crockett. But nothing is changing.
I just don't like the comedy part, but I got y'all though. Yeah, I like we need to be
I mean,
more
with
on
some
our
of us
business.
is serious and some of us is jokers. The thing is, half of us wouldn't have to be in positions to talk about something because if it was normal, people would be the comedians they were. We would dance. Well, the problem is we have a weight of racism on us and we can't be ourselves because we're going to have to accept we just ain't going to take everything. We take it serious, but we're going to laugh through our pain. And I just accept our people for being some of that, but I need people to be serious too.
So
you need to learn laugh now and yeah, we just need to know when it's time to laugh and when it's
I
not.
agree with you. So before I finna be, I go to the Black Lives Matter. T-Scope, the last thing she said, but didn't he steal the FBA concept and abandon it as soon as the grift was no longer working?
No, he didn't. He's still using the FBA concept.
I know people who use it now and they don't really incorporate him on fan base. Some people like they don't deal with Tariq, but they still respect the lineage, so they like they don't deal
that's
him,
why I said even if you take Tariq out of there, FBA stands for Foundational Black Americans. That's Harriet Tubman. That's the people who built. That's the people who fought in the civil rights. That's the people who really got us where we are. So the concept is there. I mean, he didn't steal the name or anything. Just like he has Hidden Colors, he has documentaries out there that break down. So I have to give him his credit. The problem with us as Black people, we are so used to always picking out and choosing the flaws that we want to have for other people so that we can ignore the good that they do. And just like I was going to say, Jasmine Crockett again, we ignore the flaws and we only look at how she's saying the stuff we want to hear and the good stuff, but it's not doing nothing for us. What I can say is that Tariq Nasheed has done something for Black America. So I give him his props. Now his flaws is his flaws.
He has led us to the point that we have got to check your hairline and your Jollof seasoning up. That's a great,
Leave me alone.
Yeah, now that's his flaw. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't have Black issues on the table, Tariq would probably be some pimp DJ movie maker somewhere. You see what I'm saying?
And we be buying this album though. We be buying his music. And we be
his
bumping
music.
that.
He made a Mac and boy.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying somebody would. I'm just saying,
he made his coins from the MacBooks though. So yeah,
But I'm gonna play this because we're gonna go back to what T Cope 67 said about the racism. And that's what I was saying about Dr. Umar and the woman. And it just grinds my gears, as they say, to hear white people call Black people racist. And it really pisses me off to hear Black people, when they say something, you have Black people jump on each other about telling a Black person racist towards a white person. Power is the main ingredient in racism. We can be prejudiced based on our experiences and understanding of history, but never racist. And that is true.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to go. Because Trump might not be racist, but his constituents are.
But and you know what? One thing I'm gonna say this real quick. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson, because I agree with him. He said, "Damn right, we should want to be Black supremacists because that means you got power. We don't own no institutions.
Everybody is,
except us. Even with the Asians got supremacy.
When you see the Asians." When you see the Indians, they in the gas station, you see the Black people cleaning up or working, but do they ever offer a position, a partnership in the Black neighborhoods? When you go into Asians, they have the Asian beauty stores. We can work there and everything, and they wouldn't let us work there if they could, but most of them work for themselves. They have 1 or 2 Black tokens, but do you see them going in partnership with anybody in the communities that they take from?
Never happen.
When you see everybody else, they got the Greek stores, the Indian restaurants, Mexican restaurants. When you go to a Chinese restaurant, do you see anybody Black working there? They don't have to worry about that. So racism is the power, and this is the power
that's why
that
we need to stop with. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Queen. That's why we need to stop with the affirmative action thing. There's so many mixed feelings about affirmative action and DEI, but like affirmative action for what? For a job? Like I want the company. I don't want
exactly. We don't know about ownership. We
crying.
crying about jobs with DEI. Look at this. Look who out there digging up the Black Lives Matter sign. And this is what I want to say. Where is the power? If we could be just as racist, then we would be tearing down white statues and tearing down stuff, just like they did. Because there was one point the Democratic Party was over the Senate and the House of Representatives, and nothing got changed for Black people. When Biden was in there, they passed the Asian hate bill, not an anti-Black bill. Asians weren't being shot down by authority figures in the government, police officers.
They did do something. They did do something for us for the first time. What they did is they took that old Rainbow Coalition humble jumbo and they converted it into what we see now, which is why you got things like DEI. These other groups love for us to put our backs against the concrete so they can step over them and use our plight to elevate themselves. And then they turn right around and they oversee over you, and they have outlawed Black love. So you test it for yourself. Go amongst your liberal Democrat friends. Oh, we're not racist. Oh, we love everyone. Love is love. But the second you start talking pro-Black, oh, you racist. Oh, you're the one wrong. That's blasphemous in our circles. And that is not an accident. That's by design. It's just the same as the Black woman who ran to Gloria Stein, whatever her name was, the mother of feminism. Is the same as her when she betrayed the Black Power movement and let them siphon Black women out of the Black Power movement into the white feminist movement. And this is why they do these things. Black love and Black unity is outlawed in all of these circles, unless you're a man with a man, a woman with a woman, or a cat or a robot or whatever the case. They do not want the Black man and the Black woman unified and restoring the traditional Black family. And to them, that's the ultimate sin right there.
And that's why they have the power to do it, because where is our powerful Black groups that can override this? Where's our powerful Black groups that passed the reparations bill, not a study? Where's our powerful Black groups that the problem is we crying about? This is the government street. America means whites only. And we crying when we got land. Why don't we get our own land and buy something that belongs to Black people, and they can't come tear it down? And that's the problem.
I'm just being real.
Same with the club. We already got that.
What was the purpose of this? Like, what was the purpose of even putting a damn Black Lives Matter, which was a goddamn?
Because it's always about symbolism.
Exactly. It's shit stupid. They didn't do what the hell they gonna do for Black people?
It was also economic. It was also economic, because we haven't touched on that. That it was economic.
You better play it. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, let me just play a little bit. There goes the sound of the sound of the men walking on the train.
Get that shit out of here.
Look at it. The Latinos, why y'all ain't protest? I'm not gonna do that job.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna stare at Black Lives Matter why they want us to fight for their people to be here. I ain't seen not one Black worker yet, have y'all?
Nope. Ain't that something?
And they not painting over it. I thought Trump said paint over it.
Yeah, I know they buzzing that shit up. They want to get to
They tearing that shit up so it won't fade back up.
They want to get that shit out the earth.
That's our reparation.
You can't come and rub the paint off and then come back and you can find it again. That's how they are. That's what you call power. Racism is power. Exactly. Look at here, right here. There go the Latinos and maybe Asian, South Asian. You don't see not one Black person, but this is what we're talking about. They want us to fight for them.
Get this shit out of here.
And what I'm saying is that's economic.
That mansion that she bought, that's what Black Lives Matter should be at.
Exactly. Got one here, one in California, and somewhere else, right?
Yep. And then the white wife husband's name, so she doesn't get tagged for it. And see, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. When that video we just watched, brothers and sisters, that video we just watched, why is that going on? Now, the liberal media, the Democrats are going to spin that as Trump's racism and white power out of control. But what that literally is saying right there is white supremacy on the left. Because remember, when the George Floyd riot happened and they put that sign up there, white people made a whole lot of money off of the George Floyd thing, and they bought themselves a whole lot of Negroes that didn't want to stand up to them because they believed that their white friends were no longer racist, that they really loved us, they really wanted to help us. But the fact that they're tearing us down, that's simple simply Democrat tactic. When they're done with their tools, they break their tools and discard them. And when you see that being broken up, that's saying, okay, we've made as much money off this as we could. Let's move on to the next thing. That's literally what that represented right there.
It's
You
like
wanted
a football
symbolism?
owner who kneeled and then took his kneel back after you done kneeled.
Pretty much. So they're literally, I mean, go Google it for yourselves. Look at how much money white corporations, companies, and organizations made off the George Floyd / BLM situation. Look at how much money they made.
I'm gonna play this.
It's like what, 90 million in total. They made like a 1 point something, almost $2 billion. They don't talk about that. That's my round.
Yeah, because it's done with. Just like they
No
coming
black
out with hair
schools.
shops to make their money. They coming out that we always being made money off of. But where's the black power for us to be racist where we can make money off of other people? Where's our power where we can tell other people what they are and aren't going to do, what they will learn in school and what they won't learn in school? That's why, like I said, I'm gonna go to Jasmine Crockett, but let me play this video one moment.
You are tuned in to the Good Morning from Africatown Los Angeles Morning Radio Show, brought to you by the United Empires of Akibalan. If this content brings you informative value, we would like you to consider becoming a sustaining member for as little as $10 a month, or making a one-time donation in solidarity with our mission for Black unity and liberation. Your financial contribution supports the UEOA not only by way of bringing a fresh perspective to the community by way of intellectual conversation, but more importantly, building and growing our Black communities as a whole as well. Visit the UnitedEmpiresOfAkibalan.com to learn more and make your impactful contribution today. We thank you for your support.
Right.
Hey, y'all, check out Mind Games Uncut podcast every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk about technology, entertainment, politics, all that good stuff. Check me out.
I don't know if you're still on Tuesdays. I seen that commercial.
Yeah, that's the old school. Well, y'all still tuning in on Tuesday because I do pop-up live, so yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but back to the Black Lives Matter and the power of racism. Like everything that Black people are going to Trump, do what you do until Black people get a clue that it takes power and unity, not one Black person being the representation of us while they go and live in their white neighborhoods among their white people like Jasmine Crockett and the rest. So I'm going to play this so we can get into her. Did you hear the controversy? And I want y'all to know that these people are fighting for immigrants. And I say Jasmine Crockett is not fighting for Black people. She fights for immigrants. Everything she has to say is to fight for immigrants. She has not introduced not one piece of legislation to go before the House or the Senate for us. But she dances like us. She looks like us. She has not struggled like us, as you came to see. Her wealth has grown, and when they were trying to pass the budget, she didn't fight against it. She wants to tell us about Social Security and stuff, but in that budget, it also gave her a raise. She's making millions just like the rest of them. But this is funny because I want you to know that if you go back in the videos and look, all these sanctuary cities are arguing that immigrants are needed there because they work with the police to stop crime. So if immigrants work with the police to stop crime and they're not criminals, who are the criminals? I'm gonna play this. Exactly, but look at this.
They are so outraged by these immigrants and the crime that they're bringing, and not to mention city law enforcement, local law enforcement. They are always going after crime, and they don't say, oh, you committed a murder, oh, but you're an immigrant, well, let me let you go, right? So they are always focused on crime. They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations.
Did she mention that the people who were robbing and murdering and stealing were the illegals?
No, she didn't mention that because she don't want them to go after their people. Because if you listen to her and the mayor or the governor of Chicago and all them, they're all saying illegals, if you send them away, they won't work with police because they help the police. And remember in California, they were allowing illegals to join the police force. So who did, like you see, they working, they're unaliving us. They're over. This is Jasmine Crockett telling you that, oh, give them a slap on the wrist, but go arrest the people that you've been arresting, who predominantly is being affected by the police. Black people. And I'm going to play this too, because she's so adamant to fight for the illegals all the time. But why don't we ever have black people fighting for us that way? Why ain't... Go ahead.
Before you play that, Phil Scott broke it down about her. This chick went to a private school. She ain't from the hood, so she trying to act like she ratchet and doing all this cursing and stuff. She was very professional a couple years ago. All of a sudden, she's this popping her neck and cussing people out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they want her to be the new candidate. She's not. I talked to some Democrats, some hardcore Democrat supporters. They like, nah, she's not gonna. They're not gonna let her be the runner for 2028. They're not. There's no way they're gonna let her do it. I know they're trying to prop her up. She's basically taking Stacey Abrams' spot. I let me play.
Yeah, I'm gonna play because everything she says is about defending the illegals and that Trump is a racist. She's playing the same Democratic game. They just got a younger face now because we're waking up. We don't need symbolism. We need people. Jasmine Crockett, instead of doing your dances and talking about immigrants, you're actually telling them that go get crime, go get the people in the neighborhoods. They're not ICE agents. And I want you to see how she's breaking down this clip I'm playing to just show how she's not interested in black politics but helping immigrants. I wish we had people taking up for us, because some of these governors in their states are putting legislation and showing immigrants how to avoid the police. I wish they would do that with no-knock warrants with black people and little black kids being unalived while they're asleep. Or what was Breonna Taylor? Remember, she was unalived in her bed. I mean, I wish legislation would be passed so that they can stop police from coming in and harassing us, because everybody black is not a criminal. Majority of black people are trying to make it.
Been made aware of any immigrant that has had 34 felony convictions that has still been able to roam around in your cities? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
34 felony convictions.
No, Congresswoman.
From the immigrants. Anybody?
I'm not aware.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious because we are so concerned about crime, and I know that my Republican colleagues would never want anybody with 34 felony convictions roaming around, because that could be a danger to the community. But I will move on. The Republicans put more effort into producing their little propaganda trailer for this hearing than they have into reforming America's immigration system. And that's why we're here today. In fact, Republicans are beating up on the vast majority of you about what you're doing for your citizens. But the last time I checked, you're actually showing up. You may or may not be aware, but the NRCC just instructed.
She went on about, you got to go to her page and finish watching it. But her stance is taking up for illegals. If you listen to Jasmine Crockett, she will say what racism is, like she'll act like she's there for us, but she's not fighting for any policies or legislation or anything, reparations or anything to help the black community. And I don't see why black people don't see through it. It's like we always ready for the person who dances and eat hot sauce and wash their collard greens in the bathtub to entertain us, to make us feel like we're part of America, and we're not. I lay my plane.
Exactly.
I have a question. With her running, because I know she's been in the spotlight here recently, so these people come out of the woodwork and all of a sudden they're prominent where you don't know where the heck they came from, even like with Obama, all these people. So did she ever, has her stance ever been about black empowerment?
Who, Jasmine Crockett? Hell no.
No, that's why when they said
so
that Trump was going to give us $5,000, she said, "What are you going to do with $5,000?" Because she's a silver spoon mouth black kid.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
She's not
why are we
finding me anymore
expecting
either.
her if she didn't come in running off of wanting to make positive change for the Black community. Why would we expect her to do that all because she looks like us?
That's because she's a Black woman. She talks
I
about
don't
our
expect these
struggle.
folks to do that.
And she's
I
dark
don't
skinned.
expect them to do that because there's no integrity in what they're doing. You know, it's too easy to put a price tag on these people's integrity. So I don't, again, all because you are in a position, a prominent position, does not make you an effective Black leader.
See, the problem with the Democrats, look, I'm in a lot of rooms from TikTok to fan base, and one thing everybody agree, even the Democrats, they weak now. They don't have no real leadership. They don't have nobody going to take the mantle. She's not going to do it because they're not going to put a woman up. So Gavin Newsom, he screwed himself up. Now he's trying to downplay the what is it about the transgender thing? He's trying to walk away from there. A lot of them are trying to get away from that whole transgender thing, but they already don't mess themselves up. So I don't think they can really bounce back. It won't be no time soon. You know what I'm saying? So she's just thinking that, and they ain't learned nothing from Kamala Harris. They're doing all this hood crap, and that was how she lost the damn race. They still trying to continue the same mess. You got Maxine Waters talking crazy. She seemed like she about to, fall over, and you got Nancy Pelosi walking around with a cane, her nose running and stuff like that. These old fossils gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And Jasmine Crockett is the only young person really. She 45. Yeah, they trying to at least let her be the face of it right now because they don't have nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Warnock, he's nobody. Allsoft and all them guys, nobody really paying them no attention. So yeah, I like my plane.
I was working on something the other day to update the UEOA website, and I really want to be. I know 2025 we have some local elections coming up, and it may shift things with the Democrat Republican, House, how that looks. So I do want to. I'm taking time to put things together. I'm trying to do it alphabetically by state, so everybody can see what's coming up in your local election, because everybody's cheering because Republicans have everything right now and the Democrats are at a downfall. But if we sleep on this right now, it's going to be an issue and things can easily shift. So you all be thinking about that. You all do your due diligence and look and see what's going on locally within your states and how you need to vote, to make things make sense for you. I'm not gonna tell you how to vote, but if you understand what sense makes, I'm not gonna tell you how to vote. So teach its own, but I'm just saying, especially if you're tired of Democrats, you need to be making sure that you're voting locally. And I do want to put up links to where you can actually see who these politicians are. It doesn't make any sense to vote Republican or Democrat. Like, you need to know who you're voting for and be able to. You all stay tuned for that, but do your own due diligence and see what's going on in your state. And let's collectively be responsible.
Yeah, and I will say, yeah,
Thank you
you're right.
for that, Queen, because that's exactly what we need to do. They only look at Black people to elect the president, which has no power really, except for over the military and the executive orders. But they make sure we are not in the local elections, because that's who puts the seats in the Senate and the House of Representatives. And we are not aware that the election comes every 2 years, but they're all different according to your state.
Primaries every 2 years, and the president elects every 4 years. I want to say this real quick. I know everybody worried about the stock market and about everything, the S&P and all that. The Dow Jones is down. Listen, y'all, if you understand about investing in the stock market, see, the wealthy people and people who do this for a living, they not worried about that. These things happen. Actually, it's the best time to invest and buy stocks. But the average person, they sit on Facebook talking about, oh man, the stocks is down, da da da. Listen, the big dogs, they're not worried about this. They buying, so they good. They're gonna sit on it. It's gonna bounce back. It always do. So learn about that, y'all. Because sometimes we just see somebody post stuff on social media, and then you don't even know what the hell's going on out here. Yeah, that part. Yep.
Definitely.
And hold on, and I'm gonna say about the local politics. Yeah, it should it should be not next year. That's when I guess the primaries, I believe. And yeah, man, just get involved in local politics. I mean, Half of the people don't even know they city councilmen, don't even know they mayor, commissioners. Like I said, that's how we get our program here in Atlanta. You got to get your people in office and stuff. Majority of the city council, we got about 5 of them in there. There's 8 of them, so it does work. You know what I'm saying? But you got to find the one that's solid, because a lot of them, they'll use you to get in there and forget about you too.
Mm-hmm.
I let my plane.
Well, you know, go ahead, Queen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's harder to be a senator than it is a president, because the senators hold more power. In order to hold the Senate seat, you had to have held a seat of a governor or something for so many years. But to be president, you only have to be a certain age and an American citizen. You don't have to have no education. You don't have to have no background. You could be a felon. So I don't know why they keep saying felon, because they want to play on our heartstrings, because most people who are affected by these police and crimes is because black laws, black codes, we've been the victims of American so-called fake justice system. So stop letting them play you with this when they're not even teaching us the truth. It doesn't matter if you committed crimes. Clinton had his dick sucked in the office and he still was president. Come on.
Well, we talk about Clinton doing that, but nobody talks about him bringing over plane loads of cocaine and dropping cocaine off, like that he was putting the cocaine in the nose heads of the plane. So that we don't talk about that, though. Nobody cares about him getting no fellatio in the office. Like you're trafficking drugs. These people are criminals.
No, you
stop calling our black people, our black men, thugs and gangsters. The real gangsters, I'm telling you, run this country, run this world. Are you serious? These are some gangsters.
Trump ain't nothing but a different type of gangster. He's just not using his gangsterism to just affect the lives of black people. He's just trying to appease his base at one point, but he's a white businessman. He's not a black businessman, because if he was a black businessman, you would see him do the same thing he doing, but it would affect black people. He would be appeasing the black base.
He's a necessary
evil. We don't
evil.
have nobody brave enough to come up and do that, because everybody black that get in office, they all of a sudden turn over to their white underbellies.
And remember, all your liberal democratic cities, they are not really ran that well. So they ran down
all the democratic cities are the ghettos.
Yep, they're the ghettos. Let's keep it real. Yeah. The red states is better places to go to get your job. They just talked about that on the radio today. And these black people saying that.
The red states are saying just get your people and get it how you live. Learn how to open up businesses. Learn how to write contracts. We don't have the education, and that's where the red states come in at, because they play this we're all equal, and they say that we all equal. The education was there. Y'all just didn't do it. But the Democrats got y'all twerking and doing all this ghetto stuff, and they won't do anything about the school system. That's why I said I don't care if Trump dismantled the Department of Education. We can't yell that it's a school to prison pipeline and then cry when they trying to destroy it, just like they doing the Black Lives Matter sign.
Exactly. Hey, before we get out of here, Tina, do you have the little dance, your Jasmine Crockett dance? You got that video?
Let me pull it up.
While you're looking that up, I was gonna say that's why, like with Democrats, I think we're so hell bent on staying black people being Democrats, because that whole thing where we're all trying to make it, and the Republicans they want all the money, take all the money. Well, if you think about it, if you were business minded, if you were financially freedom type minded, then you would want your own business too. And if you had your own business, would you want somebody taking half your money for what? Like that's weird, don't you think? Like, so stop thinking in this impoverished mindset.
And let me tell y'all something.
Has to keep helping you.
I don't give a damn. They in the Federal Reserve. They need to get rid of that corrupted damn institution. They need to get rid of IRS. We pay taxes. Listen, you know why they don't care about what people file exempt most of the time? Because they're gonna get taxes anyway from you, from the grocery store, from gas, from whatever, clothes. They always gonna get taxed. You can't evade tax. You're gonna pay it one way or the other. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we pay taxes already. So don't take the taxes out of people's checks so people can actually can enjoy the money that they get when they grow.
I'll tell you what. DEI should have started with the IRS. How about that? Because them MFers act like they can't do the math. You hire all these elite accountants to take my money before I get it, and then at the end of the year you be like, "Oh, by the way, you owe me more money." Like, who? You can't do the math? DEI?
Exactly. Let me tell you what's crazy. Let me tell you what's crazy. The IRS first started with Lincoln. back when they was trying to fund the war. I think it last for 4 years. After the war was over, guess what? They cut it out. But these bastards, these families, these Rockefellers and the J.P. Morgans came down here to Jekyll Island, Georgia, and created the Federal Reserve, the Monsters of Jekyll Island. Read that book; it breaks it all down. And yeah, man, they got more power than the government. The government don't never question the Federal Reserve. They pretty much can print money like they want. You can look this up. This is a fact because this is one thing I'm learning in my courses. I'm like, that's crazy. Like these people are untouchable, man. That's the cat. That's the real. Them the one who really run everything beside Vanguard and BlackRock.
They started World War II, dude. They started World War II.
Exactly.
All their fault.
For profit.
Keep going.
But black folks up here around don't know what the hell going on. They just oh my god, they don't even know, man. They looking at Trump. Trump is the small pun.
I
He's
can't
a small
pull it up,
fish in the
y'all.
pond.
It's not
Okay,
letting me
it's
pull
cool.
it up.
Yeah, he's a
I
small
think
pun.
it's been bad, and it's hard to find it now because she thought it was going to be cute. Because just like Kamala thought it was going to be cute to bring Meg Thee Stallion out to twerk to us,
Exactly.
you know. So they probably like, oh no, because they're priming her to replace all these fake Democrat leaders in one. She's going to replace Maxine Waters. She's replacing Obama. She's replacing Al Sharpton. She's replacing all these people in one. Kamala Harris, and they're saying someone said that her and AOC together are going to probably run for president and vice president and this and that. Don't nobody care. She might win, she might not. But the problem is black people, we need to be doing something for us for a change.
Exactly. Nobody don't care about them shit.
Symbolism is dead. Kamala Harris. Who's that? That name sounds familiar. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
notice how none of these people who were telling us to vote after the elections are over, they go back home to their mansions or their big houses in their nice neighborhoods. They don't worry about eggs. They don't worry about groceries. They don't care. It happens every election. They are not coming out here. She could be coming in the streets, still doing. They could raise that money that they raise. They can help us. They never help with mental health. They never help with black women dying in childbirth. They never help with our kids in education. They never care about us until it's time to give them a seat so that they can continue to live their lives next to the white constituents of them that they're trying to mimic.
It won't happen.
At the church,
you don't hear Obama and Michelle are not out. Yeah, Obama and Michelle, they're not coming to the neighborhoods. They're not doing nothing for us. So we have to understand we need our own party. It's not going to be the Democrats, and it's probably not going to be the Republicans, because the Republicans, even though I don't feel like Donald Trump is just triggering black people because he's not after it, but he's still a white man, and he is like us. If we're black and we all became presidents and this and that, we were going to go what we see the problem with us first. He's with his people.
And that's what I'm going to say too, y'all, before this is my solution right here before we close. Black people, you don't have to pledge your allegiance to one party. Real power is being on both sides. We the only people don't do that. We voted still 90% for the Democrats, and you still lost because you need all the black votes. Them black grassroots who didn't vote, that's what hurt the Democrats. And I told the same thing to people on Fanbase. I said, y'all up here talking about Democrat Republicans, you're gonna be the same thing again. Even in the primaries, because black grassroots ain't getting nothing out of the deal, so they're not voting. So y'all think it's all black people who switch to MAGA. No, there's a lot of black people who ain't voting, period, because they vote in their best interest. So you got to be on both sides if you want to play the game, y'all. I'll land my plane.
And I think the Republicans, they keep saying that the Democrats ain't learned. So the Republicans are going to be the one trying to give us little pieces of candy to let us follow down the trail of the Republicans, because the Democrats don't think they did anything wrong. They're still not learning because they're so used to their 70-year trick, and they were just shocked. So they want to just bring some new, fresh jigaboos in front of us to dance and twerk and represent us, but not actually help us. And this is why you're not getting any policies from Draz McCrockett, who has been in office. And Lynn, I forgot, she said there is another man who's running to take her seat, which I don't know if he'll win. That's why she's all over the place. She's claiming she's not making money, but yet she's worth millions already. So where's your money coming from? Because you don't have a husband. So she's no different than the rest of the politicians. It's just that the black politicians have a little bit of millions, and the white politicians, they have over 10 million plus. I land my plane.
And I think that's a wrap, y'all. We gave y'all
That's a
enough.
wrap.
We gave y'all enough tonight.
Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.
Peace.